Yoga for FSM has two levels for packing slip automation: image only and receipt creation. You can bring documents into the system via email connector, file explorer pickup, or as you'll see today, the manual capture page. Simply drag and drop the necessary images over to the drop zone on the capture page, or select inside the drop zone to select from your file explorer. You'll see that the image is rendered over on the right-hand side of the page and has a ready status over on the left-hand side for the image attached. Click Add Packing Slip. For both levels of the packing slip product line, at this point of the ingestion, Yoga is going to auto-split the documents that are scanned into the system in bulk by the purchase order, vendor, or even page count. This feature is great for organizations that want to load items into the warehouse and then scan the receipts into Yoga in bulk later in the day and let the extraction work its magic. If we go over to the All Packing Slip queue, we'll see that our packing slip classification was able to split out our three separate pages on the images themselves to give us our three separate packing slips. Packing slip classification will still keep the original document of all three receipts. For the purpose of today's demo, we will review Level 1 Image-Only Packing Slip Automation. Our image-only extraction focuses heavily on the PO number extraction. If we are able to find a valid PO in a client's master data and are able to run a cross-company check for multi-company organizations, or we can also default in the company and vendor information. Yoga has the ability to extract other key fields as well on receipts, such as tracking information, shipping numbers, shipping dates, order dates, bill of lading, whatever the client needs. The other values can be customized for your organization's needs. The PO can be written on the packing slip itself, or it can be stated with different labels on the receipt, depending how the vendor may display them on the receipts themselves. Yoga can add those different labels to check for that instruction. If Yoga is able to determine a valid purchase order, the image and the receipt will go straight through to Infor, as seen here with the two that were able to go to Packing Slip Archive. As we can also see here, we had one record that stopped in the Packing Slip Needs Review queue. These are records that may need to be reviewed by a supply chain resource, as we were unable to find and determine a valid purchase order on the sample. By simply opening up the record in the system, you have the ability to see the rendering of the packing slip over on the left-hand side of the screen and the data that we were able to extract over on the right-hand side of the screen. Utilize the PO lookup to find the PO in the system. If we scroll into our sample, we see that our PO number over here on the rendering is a little bit fuzzy. So let's go ahead and select the magnifying glass. And because we know that our record ends in 175, I'm going to search for it contains value of 175. Looks like we have a purchase order in the system that pretty much matches what we see over here on the invoice. Upon selecting, we see that we are able to then populate the company and the vendor ID. If you needed to grab other items from this receipt itself, you could simply select in a field, hold the Control key down on your keyboard, and drag and drop around the value. You'll see that in this example, we were able to grab a shipment date from our sample. Once the record is ready to be shipped over to Infor, we can go ahead and click the Save button and then post over to Infor. The other two from earlier when splitting went straight through to Infor, so if we hop over to Infor Document Management, we can go track down those receipt samples. To limit our search, I'm going to go ahead and put a filter on our document type for the packing slip. We see that our other one has since come over into the system. We can open the record and see that the image and its different attributes were able to come over to Infor as well over here on the right-hand side. The image-only packing slip automation tool is utilized to reduce the hassle of storing physical receipts in warehouse storage shelves until receiving and invoice matching has taken place. Receipts can get lost over time, causing organizations to not be able to track received goods in an efficient manner. Yoga's image-only automation aims to reduce the manual efforts of storing images by enhancing extraction efficiencies and allowing for a minimal amount of processing or review on the receipts ingested. All of Yoga's current image-only clients are seeing anywhere between 93 and 100% straight-through processing on these images today. If you are interested in seeing our image-only offering in your environment or have additional questions, please reach out to your RPI Consultants sales representative to get one scheduled.